Dear friends, welcome to the NIO studio. This is Dr. Devika R, Assistant Professor, giving a lecture on a very interesting topic, circles and its properties. The term circles, I believe, would be quite familiar to you all. You'd have seen many circular shapes in your life, such as the wheels of a cycle, the dial of a clock, circular plates, the shape of your bangles, and so on. The two diagrams that I have shown here are circular in shape. The first one is the wheel of a bicycle and the second one the dial of a clock. Now we'll deal more with the circles. How about the shape of the circular figures? They are perfectly round in shape. Second thing, they are two-dimensional shapes. Third one, circles have a curved part. And the fourth thing is that because it's on a plane, it encloses a part of the plane. Let's see how we can define circles. Geometrically speaking, a circle can be defined as a collection of points that are equidistant from a fixed point on the plane. Now, you would have noted the phrase fixed point. What do you mean by fixed point? Now, what is that which is termed as center of the circle? Also, you would have noted the phrase equidistant. I have drawn a circle here with a point that is marked as C. Also have drawn one line segment within the circle and the second line segment that originates from the center of the circle to any point on the circle. Now, as I have said before, circle consists of a collection of points and every point on the circle is at equal distance from the center. Because every point on the circle is at equal distance from the center, the term equidistant is used here. Equi means equal and equidistant means each and every point on the circle forms equal distance from the center of the circle. Thus, every circle will be having a center. Every circle constitutes of a collection of points, and if we draw a line segment from each and every point on the circle to the center of the circle, we can see that those measures are equal in length. Now, I will deal with certain attributes of a circle. The first attribute is center. Center can be thought of as a point which is exactly at the center or middle of the circle. So, the center always comes in the middle of the circle, and for convenience, as the word center begins with the letter C, the first alphabet capital C can be used to mark the center of the circle. Now, the second important attribute is the radius. As I have said just before, because the circle consists of numerous points, and if we can draw line segments from the center of the circle to any point on the circle, we get equal measures, and those distance between the center and any point on the circle is called radius. So, every circle will be having a center and radius. Definition. I will try to give one more definition for the circle. Circle can be defined as a shape where distance from the center to the edge of the circle is always the same. Now, I have got one question for you. You'd have seen the concept radius. Now, how many radii can be drawn in a circle? The answer is that we can draw any number of radius in a circle. It's not finite. The next important concept that is related with circles is chord. I have drawn a diagram here. Here the center is marked as O, and I have drawn two line segments, line segment AB and line segment DC within the circle. Now what is a chord? A chord can be defined as a line segment joining any 2 points of a circle. As said before, numerous points or the collection of points constitute a circle. So, if we take any 2 points on the circle and then we try to join these 2 points, we get a chord. So, a chord is a line segment that can be easily measured and that can be easily drawn within a circle. Now, can you name the chords of this circle? Are you able to draw more chords within the circle? It's a simple thing to do. Just mark any 2 points on the circle and then connect these 2 points. Now, I have got another question for you. How many chords can you draw in a circle? Is it 1, 10 or any number of chords? As said before, just like the radii, we can draw any number of chords in a circle. And note the spelling of the new concept chord. It's C-H-O-R-D. Now, can you think of a chord which passes through the center of the circle? See, a chord is obtained whenever we connect any 2 points on the circle. So, is it possible to draw a chord which is able to pass through the center of the circle? Can it still be considered as a chord? If so, is there any special name for such a chord which passes through the center of the circle? The new term that we deal here is diameter. Thus, every diameter is a chord which passes through the center of the circle. So, it's important to remember that a chord can pass through the center of the circle, but we are giving a new term to it. It is called diameter. Now, we will deal with the relation between radius and diameter. What is radius? Radius is the length, or it's a length of the line segment that is formed between the center of the circle to any point on the circle. Also, we have just seen what is a diameter. A diameter can be thought of as a line segment which passes through the center of the circle. And it is very interesting to note that there is a relation between radius and diameter. When we measure diameter, we can see that when we take twice the radius, we will get diameter. That is, if we use the letter R, and it should be noted that we should use the small letters for representing the radius, and if we use the alphabet small letter d for denoting the diameter, we can see that diameter equals 2 into R, which means diameter is twice the radius. This is a very important relation that should be remembered while studying the topic of circles. Definition. Now we will try to define what is a diameter. Diameter can be defined as a line segment that passes through, the first thing, it should pass through the center of the circle. Second, it should join any 2 points on the circle. And third one, we have to note that a diameter is made up of 2 radii. I have used the term radii because radii is the plural of the term radius. Let's see another important concept related to this topic. It is called circumference. Circumference can be defined as a distance around a circle. So, if we draw a circle and if we try to measure the distance around a circle, that is what is called circumference. Now, we will deal with another new concept called the arcs of the circle. So, you would have noted the word arc here. It can be defined as a portion of the circumference of the circle. So, first thing is that we should know what a circumference is. Only if we have the idea about circumference, we will be able to determine the arc. The purple colored part in this picture shows the arc of the circle. Let's see more about arcs. I have marked here a few points A, P, C, O and Q. The point O is the center of the circle. AC is a chord of the circle, and it is interesting to see that the 2 points A and C divides the circle into 2 parts. Now, each part is called arc with the end points A and C. We can see a bigger part and a smaller part here. P and Q are 2 points other than the points A and C. Also note that P and O lies on opposite sides of the chord AC, whereas Q and O lie on the same side of AC. The arc that contains the point P is named as arc APC. The other arc that contains the point Q is called arc AQC. Now we have got 2 new terms, as it's called the minor arc and the major arc. APC is called the minor arc and AQC is called the major arc. Thus, we get a pair of opposite arcs APC and AQC. Please note this figure, and in this figure AO and BO are radii drawn at the end points of A and B of ADB, which is a minor arc. As I have just said before, we have got a minor arc and a major arc. Thus, the angle AOB is formed at the center O, and this angle is called the angle that is subtended by ADB at the center. Thus, degree measure of a major arc is always equal to 360 degree minus degree measure of its opposite arc, or we can say that measure of a major arc is 360 degree minus the measure of its opposite arc. Let's see a new concept called cyclic quadrilateral. A quadrilateral in which the vertices lie on a circle is called cyclic quadrilateral. Let's see what is meant by interior and exterior points of a circle. As said before, points, the collection of points constitute a circle, and certain points lie within the circle, and we can mark certain points outside the circle. The points which lie interior to, or in other words we can say inside a circle, are called interior points, and those points which lie exterior or outside the circle can be termed as exterior points. Next is a new concept called the segment. In this diagram, I have drawn a circle with the center O and a chord AB. Consider the circle with the center O and the marked chord AB. Now, this chord divides the circle into 2 parts. We have got a smaller part and a bigger part. Each part formed is called segment, minor and major segment. Because the chord has divided the circle into two parts. We have got two concepts, minor and major segment. The segment that does not contain the center O is called the minor segment, which is a smaller one, and the segment that contains the center O is called the major segment, or the segment that contains a larger area. Now, we will deal with a few properties of circles. Angles inscribed in the same arc, which means angles in the same segment are equal in measure, which means the measure of angle ABD will be equal to measure of angle ACD, and measure of angle BAC equals measure of angle BDC. Another property is that angle in a semicircle is a right angle. Right angle means it forms 90 degree. So, whenever we draw a semicircle and if we measure the angle within the semicircle, it will be equal to 90 degree. Here AB is the diameter of the circle, and as I have just said, measure of angle APB equals 90 degree. Next property is that opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. So, if we draw a circle and if we draw a cyclic quadrilateral and if we measure the angle, we can see that angle A plus angle C will be equal to angle B plus angle D, and that equals 180 degree. Thus, we have come to the end of the topic circles and its properties. We will go through the concepts once again. Circles can be defined as a collection of points. Every circle will be having a center that comes at the exact middle position of the circle. Radius is the distance between any point on the circle and the center of the circle, and we can see that every radius will be equal in measure. The next concept that we have dealt here is a chord. A chord is a line segment that is formed between any two points on the circle. Diameter. Diameter is the chord which passes through the center of the circle, and there is a relation between diameter and radius. Diameter will be twice the measurement of the radius, or in other words we can say D is equal to 2R, where D is the letter that is used to represent the diameter and R is the alphabet that is used to denote the radius. Circumference. Circumference is the distance around a circle. The next concept is arcs, and in the topic arcs we have studied about the major arc and the minor arc. In the same way, segment are of two types, minor and the major segment. Also, we have dealt with a few properties of circles. Angles inscribed in the same arc will be equal in measure, and the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Thank you all.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
भी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो। मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, स्वयं बने, हम
वर्ष 1989 में एक स्वायत्त संस्था के रूप में भारत सरकार के मानव संसाधन विकास मंत्रालय द्वारा स्थापित राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय शिक्षा संस्थान NIOS दूरस्थ शिक्षा की विश्व में सबसे बड़ी मुक्त विद्यालय शिक्षा प्रणाली है। 25 लाख से अधिक पंजीकृत शिक्षार्थियों के साथ NIOS देश विदेश में 1200 से अधिक व्यावसायिक और 5500 से अधिक शैक्षिक अध्ययन केंद्रों के नेटवर्क द्वारा शिक्षा वंचितों तक पहुंचने का प्रयास करता है।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने,
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने,
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं।
जनमानस में शिक्षा और प्रशिक्षण से सामाजिक आर्थिक विकास को एक नई गति प्रदान की जा सकती है। इसी क्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए NIOS जन स्वास्थ्य में 1 वर्षीय प्रमाण पत्र पाठ्यक्रम राज्य स्वास्थ्य समिति स्वास्थ्य विभाग बिहार के साथ प्रारंभ करने जा रहा है। इस पाठ्यक्रम का उद्देश्य होगा सामुदायिक स्वास्थ्य कार्यकर्ताओं को शिक्षित और प्रशिक्षित करना। अगर आंकड़ों पर गौर करें तो लगभग 10 करोड़ की आबादी के साथ बिहार देश में जनसंख्या के आधार पर तीसरे स्थान पर है। राज्य का 2/3 भाग ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में निवास करता है, जो कि कुल जनसंख्या का 88.71% है। गौर करने योग्य तथ्य ये है कि आज बिहार में एक बड़ी आबादी पर डॉक्टरों की उपलब्धता का अनुपात बहुत ही कम है। इन आंकड़ों अनुपातों को ध्यान में रखते हुए जन स्वास्थ्य की सुविधाओं के सुगम निष्पादन का एकमात्र उपाय हो सकता है प्रशिक्षित सामुदायिक स्वास्थ्य कार्यकर्ता। सामान्यतः सुदूर ग्रामीण अंचलों में कार्यरत एक प्रशिक्षित सामुदायिक स्वास्थ्य कार्यकर्ता निवारात्मक तथा उपचारात्मक स्वास्थ्य सेवाएं प्रदान करता है, जो कि मानव शरीर विज्ञान तथा क्रिया विज्ञान का आधारभूत ज्ञान और स्वास्थ्य, स्वच्छता एवं पोषण विज्ञान की समझ भी रखते हैं। जन स्वास्थ्य का ये पाठ्यक्रम सफलतापूर्वक करने के बाद प्रशिक्षित सामुदायिक स्वास्थ्य कार्यकर्ता संक्रामक, असंक्रामक तथा जीवन शैली संबंधित रोगों सहित आपातकालीन स्थिति में किए जाने वाले उपायों और रोगों की रोकथाम करने में सक्षम होंगे। साथ ही प्राथमिक उपचार, औषधि विज्ञान, फार्मेसी तथा दवाओं के दुष्प्रभावों का व्यवहार ज्ञान प्राप्त कर सकेंगे। परिवार नियोजन तथा टीकाकरण सहित मातृत्व व बाल स्वास्थ्य पर मार्गदर्शन करने में भी दक्ष होंगे। आज बढ़ती जनसंख्या के अनुरूप डॉक्टरों का उपलब्ध न हो पाना एक विषम समस्या बन गई है। समय की मांग है ऐसे प्रशिक्षित कार्यकर्ताओं को तैयार करने की जो तत्काल ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों, अस्पतालों, नर्सिंग होम और स्वास्थ्य क्लबों में जन समुदाय की देखरेख कर सके। इसके लिए प्रत्येक गांव मोहल्ले से कम एक व्यक्ति को जन स्वास्थ्य के इस व्यावसायिक प्रशिक्षण कार्यक्रम के माध्यम से प्रशिक्षण देकर कुशल बनाया जाएगा। ये प्रशिक्षित कार्यकर्ता समाज में बहुउद्देशीय स्वास्थ्य रक्षक के रूप में कार्य करेंगे। स्वास्थ्य संबंधी जागरूकता, प्राथमिक उपचार के साथ आपातकालीन स्थितियों जैसे बाढ़ और भूकंप जैसी आपदाओं में ये कार्यकर्ता उपयुक्त उपचार करने में सक्षम होंगे। जनसाधारण के लिए परिवार कल्याण, रोगों की रोकथाम, स्वास्थ्य विज्ञान, स्वस्थ पर्यावरण, पोलियो निवारण तथा एड्स जैसे विषयों को इस कार्यक्रम में प्राथमिकता के साथ समाहित किया गया है। NIOS के जन स्वास्थ्य पाठ्यक्रम से उन शिक्षार्थियों को भी औपचारिक रूप से प्रशिक्षित किया जा सकता है जो भविष्य में स्वास्थ्य कार्यक्रमों में सक्रिय भागीदारी करके एक बहुउद्देशीय जन स्वास्थ्य कार्यकर्ता के रूप में कार्य कर सकेंगे। इस प्रशिक्षण कार्यक्रम के लिए राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय शिक्षा संस्थान द्वारा व्यावसायिक विषय जन स्वास्थ्य में प्रमाण पत्र पाठ्यक्रम हेतु बिहार राज्य के 38 जिलों में 149 प्रथम रेफरल इकाइयों और 533 प्राथमिक स्वास्थ्य केंद्रों में सामुदायिक स्वास्थ्य कार्यकर्ताओं को प्रशिक्षण दिया जाएगा। इन इकाइयों और केंद्रों को निर्धारित मानदंडों के अनुरूप NIOS के अध्ययन केंद्र AVI के रूप में प्रत्यायित किया जाएगा। प्रत्यायन के उपरांत इन अध्ययन केंद्रों पर प्रशिक्षणार्थियों का नामांकन आरंभ होगा। केंद्र समन्वयक इन केंद्रों का संचालन करेंगे। केंद्र समन्वयक के मार्गदर्शन में केंद्रों का प्रत्यायन, प्रशिक्षणार्थियों का नामांकन, शैक्षिक गतिविधियां, प्रशिक्षण कार्यक्रम एवं परीक्षा कार्य NIOS द्वारा निर्धारित मापदंडों के अनुरूप निष्पादित किए जाएंगे। प्रवेश के लिए अभ्यर्थी की योग्यता 10वीं पास और कम से कम 3 वर्ष का सामुदायिक स्वास्थ्य कार्यकर्ता के रूप में अनुभव होना आवश्यक है। जन स्वास्थ्य के व्यावसायिक पाठ्यक्रम की अध्ययन योजना में 40% सिद्धांत एवं 60% प्रयोग और प्रशिक्षण होगा। इस पाठ्यक्रम के 3 भाग हैं: आधारभूत जीव विज्ञान, मातृत्व एवं बाल स्वास्थ्य की देखभाल और रोगों व आपातकालीन स्थितियों में निवारण एवं प्रबंधन। इसके अंतर्गत शरीर क्रिया विज्ञान, प्राकृतिक स्वास्थ्य, घरेलू उपचार, पोषण, योग और व्यायाम, गर्भावस्था के दौरान महिला की देखरेख, स्तनपान, राष्ट्रीय स्वास्थ्य कार्यक्रम, परिवार कल्याण कार्यक्रम, स्वास्थ्यकर्ता के उत्तरदायित्व, संक्रामक रोग एवं निवारक उपाय, प्राथमिक उपचार, फार्मेसी तथा औषधि प्रतिक्रिया प्रबंधन एवं आपातकालीन स्थिति जैसे विषयों का अध्ययन किया जाता है। टीकाकरण, बेहोशी में बचाव का प्रबंधन, जलने और डूबने की स्थिति में आपातकालीन उपाय, हड्डी टूटने की स्थिति में रोगी का स्थानांतरण तथा प्राथमिक उपचार प्रमुखता से सम्मिलित हैं। योग की अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर स्वीकार्यता और महत्ता को देखते हुए इस पाठ्यक्रम में योग का अर्थ अष्टांग योग के विभिन्न चरणों और योगासनों के साथ साथ प्राणायाम की विधियों को प्रमुखता से सम्मिलित किया गया है। एक राष्ट्रीय लक्ष्य के रूप में सभी के लिए शिक्षा और स्वास्थ्य आज एक प्राथमिकता का विषय है। भावी प्रशिक्षणार्थियों की सामाजिक आर्थिक विषमताओं को ध्यान में रखकर तैयार किए गए जन स्वास्थ्य के इस पाठ्यक्रम के संचालन से एक नई व्यावसायिक प्रशिक्षण क्रांति को दिशा मिलेगी। जनमानस के विकास में राज्य स्वास्थ्य समिति बिहार और NIOS का यह संयुक्त प्रयास एक नई दिशा दिखाएगा और जन स्वास्थ्य के क्षेत्र में शिक्षा प्रशिक्षण का ये पाठ्यक्रम एक नई किरण बनकर समाज को रोशन करेगा।